If you've never been to a reform summer camp for at-risk teens, let me paint you a picture. Imagine summer camp. Now remove the fun. Replace the esmores with lukewarm oatmeal, and add a side of judgment from every adult who thinks they're a part-time psychologist because they once read a self-help book. That's Camp Timberwolf. And somehow I ended up here. The way they tell it, this place changes lives. Which sounds inspiring until you realize they mean breaks your spirit, so you'll stop doing whatever made your parents send you here in the first place. In my case, I'm the queen of school scandals. Their words, not mine. I just have a knack for making things a little more interesting. Like the time I convinced the principal's secretary to run the school's Instagram for a week, then posted a lost and found picture of the principal's wig. Or when I accidentally live-streamed the senior prom kiss cam, except it wasn't pointing at couples. It was pointing at the teacher's table. Mrs. Delaney still hasn't forgiven me for catching her feeding Mr. Nguyen a shrimp cocktail like it was The Bachelor. So yeah, I'm a problem. The camp itself is about as glamorous as a sock drawer. The cabins are long wooden boxes with creaky bunks, and the bathrooms are just glorified outhouses that smell like every bad decision you've ever made. The counselor who greeted me looked like she auditioned for a yoga studio commercial but didn't get the part, so she decided to take out her bitterness on teenagers. "You'll find Camp Timberwolf very healing," she said in that slow, fake calm voice people use when they're one minor inconvenience away from losing it. "We focus on growth, community, and accountability." Translation: we spy on you until you stop being fun. They split us into wolf packs for team bonding. I'm in Pack 3, a random collection of kids who look like they were plucked from every cliché in a teen drama. The quiet kid who might secretly own a sword collection, the rich girl who's pretending she's never been rich, and a boy who literally growled at the counselor when she told him to hand over his vape. My bed is the top bunk, which is a hate crime because I'm not exactly graceful. I climbed up with all the dignity of a walrus trying to get into a hammock. The girl on the bunk below, a tall redhead with freckles and a permanent "I'm judging you" face, introduced herself as Darcy. "I don't snore," she said immediately, like that was the most important thing about her. "But I talk in my sleep." "Just don't take it personally." "Define talk?" I asked. "Once I recited the entire Declaration of Independence," she said, totally serious. "So that's my roommate." Day 1's schedule looked like something a prison guard would make if they were trying to be fun. We had mindful breakfast, which meant eating in total silence while a counselor in linen pants rang a bell every 5 minutes. Then came team challenges, where we had to carry a giant log together while chanting about unity. The log was heavy, the chanting was embarrassing, and by the 3rd minute, I was ready to fake an ankle injury just to sit out. At lunch, I learned that at risk apparently just means kids who are bad at not getting caught. Everyone had a story. A girl named Lexi once borrowed her mom's credit card and accidentally bought a boat on eBay. A boy named Trent set off the school sprinklers during finals week as a social experiment. And then there was Benny, who claimed he hacked the district Wi-Fi so he could play Fortnite in class. I didn't tell my full story because a little mystery makes people nervous. I just said, "I'm Maddie. I'm here because I know too much about the wrong people." Which is true. The look on their faces was worth it. After lunch, we had bonding through nature, which is code for wander in the woods until you forget you have Wi-Fi. The counselors made us pair up to share our truths. I got stuck with Trent, who smelled faintly of barbecue chips and told me, completely unprompted, that he believed Bigfoot was real and living in his uncle's shed. "You seem normal," he said, which is hilarious because if I was actually normal, I wouldn't be here. "I'm not," I replied. By the time dinner rolled around, my patience for self-discovery was running on fumes. The food situation didn't help. Camp Timberwolf's idea of dinner was mystery casserole, which looked like someone dropped a lasagna in a blender and then poured it into a pan. Darcy whispered, "Don't eat the green bits," which is the kind of advice you don't question. But the real fun came after lights out. See, the counselors think turning off the cabin lights at 9:30 means we all magically go to sleep. What actually happens is everyone gets quiet for exactly 3 minutes, then the whispers start. People swap stories, dares, and gossip like it's an underground black market. Darcy told me about last summer's incident, where 2 kids allegedly snuck out to the lake at midnight and came back soaking wet with a broken canoe paddle. No one ever explained what happened, But the rumor mill says there's a haunted cabin on the far side of the water. That's where the real stories happen, she said. But you have to survive the first week before anyone takes you there. Survive. Like this was some kind of survival show. The thing is, I'm not here to heal or grow or find myself. I'm here to make this summer less boring. And if that means breaking a few wolf pack rules, so be it. As I lay there on my wobbly top bunk, staring at the ceiling, I started making a mental list. Figure out how to sneak past the counselors. Find the haunted cabin. Make at least one person admit this place is ridiculous. Avoid being sent home too early, because getting kicked out before you pull off your best stunt is just amateur. Some people come to Camp Timberwolf to change their lives. I came to make mine more interesting. And trust me, by the time I'm done here, everyone will know my name, even if it's carved into the bottom of that cursed canoe.